Alright guys, this is going to be the review for the new MacBook Pro 2.26 gigahertz, the 13-inch base model, which retails for $899 at the Apple Store. As you all know, I got this about a week ago, did an unboxing for it, and it's not too much of a new machine for me because I had the MacBook Pro, I had the MacBook aluminium Unibody, which I bought in October 2008. All that's changed in this model is they've rebranded it to a MacBook Pro, and they've added a new a FireWire port, an SD card slot, which is here. That's the FireWire port, and just made a few changes under the hood as well. And I'm just going to give you my sort of views on it. The first and most important thing that I noticed straight out when I put this thing on was the actual screen. How bright, how the colours are just so comfortable to your eyes in comparison to the MacBook Unibody. Again, that's been they've cleared that model out. You can still get it from the refurbished store, but you can't buy it brand new anymore. The screen on that, when you compare it with this, the thing is, when I had that, I didn't think it was too much of a problem. In fact, I didn't see any problem with it when I had it. But now that I've got this, now look back, I couldn't go back to that screen simply because this screen is just absolutely fantastic in my view. It's just the colours. I don't know how it's going to be coming up in this particular video, but the colours, trust me, are so better on this Pro. Apparently there was quite a few things on the Mac Rumors website a few months back that they were using the wrong screens in the MacBook, but I think the later models in the MacBook sort of fixed that issue. But because I got it on day one back in October when it was released, I had to stick with what I had. But I didn't see a problem with it, and I'm sure most of the people who have a MacBook Unibody don't see a problem with it. But when you come onto a Pro model, or when you come onto these new machines, you look at the screen and you're like, wow. And it would be really hard for me to go back to one of them screens. Even although I don't use the screen much, you guys know that I use the external Dell monitor, but for the time I've had it, the screen is absolutely fantastic. They've also made the illuminated keyboard standard across the board. Again, the Unibody, the MacBook, they only had it on the higher model. They didn't have it in the lower model, so I didn't have it. Now having the luxury of having one or owning one, the illuminated keyboard is really handy, especially you know, when you're tired, or you know, it just lightens up, and it sort of brings the keyboard to life, and it's really hard to see what you're typing, even although I don't really look at the keyboard much, but it just brings that extra bit of oomph, I suppose, when you're typing. In terms of weight, I've got a machine here, so it doesn't, to be honest, it doesn't really weigh that much, but it's roughly what Apple quote anyway on their website, which is just a teeny bit over the 2 kg bit, which is what Apple quote on their website again. So the SD card, the addition of the SD card and the FireWire port really haven't made any difference. I have still yet to try the FireWire port, which is this one here. I've still to try it out. I don't own any FireWire accessories, hence the reason why I haven't tried it. I have tried the SD card, and yeah, it is much better. In terms of the hard drive which came within this was a Hitachi hard drive, and I took that out and put my own one in. I've got a Western Digital 320 gig, which I had in my previous laptop, previous MacBook Unibody. I took that out and put it into this one, so I'm selling the stock hard drive which I got from this. I haven't got it with me at the moment, but it is on my other desk. In terms of RAM, it's got 2 gigs of RAM, and I think Snow Leopard can now take up to 8 gigs. Although I've never come across a point where I was like, you know, I need more RAM. I think 2 is more than enough for me at this point in time. But obviously it depends on your need. If you're going to be using intensive apps, then yeah, you will need it. Another thing about this particular laptop or range, or MacBook range, is the bottom of the laptop, and I'm just going to sort of pan the camera out. Now, there is no sort of area where you can remove the latch or anything. You've got to individually take these screws out. So if you've got a RAM upgrade, or if you've got some sort of hard drive upgrade, or you want to replace the battery, then you've got to open these screws up individually and pretty much conduct your replacement or addition to it. In terms of battery life, I haven't really noticed it that much. Let's see now, 3 hours and 19 remaining. There it is there. Funny, because I thought it was gonna be more. It was gonna be about 5 hours or something. I haven't used it portably yet that much. I mean, I think this is the first time in that week that I've actually had it without the MagSafe. I think the battery's coming up showing pretty low, 3 hours, is because I haven't calibrated it yet, which basically means you wait till the whole battery dies out and then you fully charge it. I haven't done that yet, so maybe that's why it's only showing 3 hours. I'm pretty sure the Apple website quoted about 5 to 6 hours, and as you can see, 3 hours and 17 or 3 hours and 15, and this is the first time I've actually taken it away from the MagSafe, so kind of freaky actually. The battery, again, it is on the back of this. While I'm on the battery subject, the battery is located beneath this, or underneath this, and I think again Apple quote about 5 to 6 hours. I'm not too sure if the battery is replaceable come a year down the line, but I think it will be, because the model before this, which I had, was a user replaceable battery, so I'm not too sure why they wouldn't do it for the Pro model. Again, it's Apple, so you never know. The DVD drive is on this side here, or as Apple says, the Super Drive. Again, haven't had any problems with it. That is the infrared port for your Apple remote, I think. Pretty sure it is. The trackpad, fantastic. The audio jack is here, and the microphone, they've actually changed the place to over here, this bad boy here. So yeah, that is pretty much an overview on the hardware side. If you're looking to get a MacBook Pro, or if you're looking to get a MacBook refurbished, the Unibody, which was released in October 08, then I would kind of recommend you getting this one, and simply because there isn't, the price difference between the refurbished and the lower end MacBook Pro, which is this one here, isn't that significant. That £100, I think it is, the refurbished MacBook Unibody is $699 on the refurbished site of the Apple Store. Meanwhile, this is $899 brand new on the Apple Store. £200, is it worth it? I kind of think it is. You're getting a better screen, you're getting the keyboard, you're getting a FireWire port, you're getting an SD slot, and I think that in itself is possible, and the battery life is supposedly meant to be about 5 to 6 hours. That in itself I think is a worthy upgrade, especially if you're a student. Definitely get in on the student offer, which gets you a £130 discount, and Apple Care for 3 years for only £47. So definitely a bargain in my eyes. So if you're going for it, I would recommend the Pro over the Unibody 2.0. So this is what my setup looks like. This is why I prefer the 13-inch over the 15 and 17-inch, because I've got a separate monitor here to go with it, and that acts as my secondary screen, and this is my primary machine. And going on to the next section, it's going to be about Snow Leopard, and overall fantastic, really nice experience with Snow Leopard. Liking the QuickTime X, if I've got it here somewhere. Yeah, I have got it installed here, but it's not showing up in the dock. QuickTime X, I'm liking that, liking the fast boot ups, and another feature which I really like is the actual expose. But so say if I want to have all the screens with Safari showing up, just go on to the bottom here and voila. So they've pretty much made it easier to navigate and to enhance the user experience, which is what Snow Leopard is about. Nothing major, just small tweaks. In fact, you know, Leopard was the best and is the best, and Snow Leopard, they've just improved some of the things that, you know, they could have made better. And Snow Leopard overall has been a really good experience. And is it worth a £20? Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. However, there is one problem that I'm having. Here's the thing, the problem that I'm having with Snow Leopard is with the actual Logitech VX Revolution mouse, and the problem is with the actual scrolling. And let me give you an example. So this is me on this website, and notice how slow the speed of the scrolling is on the website. Yeah, this should be fast, and it is fast in Leopard, but in Snow Leopard for some reason it's not working as fine as it should. Now here's the funny thing, let me click on the desktop. So I'm going to click over here and hover the mouse back over to the window. Note the mouse, this window is not active, it's not active, the desktop is active. So now I'm going to scroll and it's perfectly fine now. Did you notice a difference? Now let me click back on the website. You noticing how slow the speed goes to? Yes, I've got all the settings to, and the system preferences fine. I've used the Logitech control panel, which I didn't even use in Leopard. I've installed it in Snow Leopard to see if that fixes it, but it hasn't. And this is probably one of the main problems that I'm having. Hopefully Logitech will launch the application out pretty shortly. But yeah, so overall, Snow Leopard, is it worth it? Yeah, I would go for it. £25 with all these new features and additions. I think is well worth the upgrade. You're not paying £50 or £60 anyway. So for the small upgrade, faster startups, which I have noticed, faster wake up from sleep mode, which is always a bonus. Anything to do with speed is generally a bonus in terms of upgrade, and you're not paying megabucks anyway. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you've got any comments, feel free to share them on Twitter or PM me, or better, if you can post a video response, that would be amazing. Thanks for watching, cheers.